What's up, everybody? I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to add on to our little shred pattern. So earlier, part 1, we did working with that guy. In part 2, we added this. And now we're going to add this next little part. That little thing right there. All right, now let's go ahead and I'll put it in this key a couple of times. So we're going to be in C sharp minor for most of this track. This is based on an Eric Johnson tune. I can't remember which one at the moment, but got a little bit of dominant flair to it right there. That was that little pattern in this key of C sharp. So let's just go ahead and jump right into what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain this in terms of E minor here, because we're fixing to jump back into this kind of E minor section. So if you guys remember earlier this week, we did this kind of hexatonic pattern, and we're gonna play on that hexatonic pattern, specifically this one that goes over 15, 17, 19. You'll be able to hear a little better right here. And really what I'm going to do is just kind of change it slightly. So the first one, instead of doing 15, 17, 19, I'm going to go to 15, 17, 20. And then when I go up here, I'm going to go 17, 19, 22. So we're doing this 22, 19, 17, and then we got 20, 17 to 15. All right, so. I'm a little pressed for time today. I'm just going to roll that section back here. And let me just talk quickly again. For part 1, remember we were doing this thing that... Well, I think we learned it in the key of D, so that was the first part. We can go back and look at part 1 and see how that applies to the pentatonic box here. And then the other part that we added to that is this hexatonic thing. So if we do it in the key E, it's going to be 10, 12, 14 across the E, and then we're going to have 12, 14, 16 across the D and G, and then we're going to have 15, 17, 19 across the B and E, okay? Now, really, we're just going to add one little simple thing to this. And so instead of doing 15, 17, 19, as I said earlier, we're going to do 15, 17, 20, and then we're going to do 15, 17, 19, 22. And once you get used to throwing your pinky up there, this just starts to feel really good, and you don't really have to worry about it all that much. And then from there, I'll typically take it back into the hexatonic. And then go back into the pentatonic, or I might even do come down that whole hexatonic thing after I do that kind of thing. So one more time, that little sequence. That kind of thing. So I'll add it typically at the top as these kind of like flourish notes. And so you want to learn where that is in relation to the pentatonic box, so that way when you have tracks like this that change key from your C sharp minor blues going into your E type blues, that way we can actually transfer that little pattern over. So to do it here in C sharp minor blues, now remember that our C sharp minor blues are going to be this thing right here. Starting on 9-12 and then going 9-11, 9-11, 9-11, 9-12, 9-12 right across the board. So that means we're going to back up with our hexatonic pattern and start that on 7-9-11, 7-9-11 for the E and A. And then we're going to do 9-11, 13, 9-11, 13 for the D and G. And then for the C sharp part, we're going to do, for this next part, we're going to move up into 12, 14, 16. Across the B and E. So that's the little form of the hexatonic we're going to use when we're in the C sharp minor part. And then we're going to add onto that 12, 14, 16. Now we're going to go 12, 14, 17 And then we're going to go 14, 16, 19. 14, 16, 19, 19, 16, 14, and then 17, 14, 12. Whatever it's going to be. So that's basically how I'm going to handle that. But it's a really fun pentatonic shred pattern that's just super easy to do once you get kind of used to how it feels. And sort of adding it to that hexatonic. Anyways, I'm going to jam out for just a second, and then we'll call it a day. I hope you found that a little bit helpful. So we'll get back into more shred patterns tomorrow, but later on down the road. So I think tomorrow we're actually going to start and work on some technique stuff, specifically the slide pick thing. All right, and kind of cover maybe a couple of sessions about how to kind of make your picking a little more fancy, I guess it were, and you could just just do some really throwing some really kind of cool licks. So anyways, that'll be tomorrow, and everybody have a really wonderful, awesome day. Always be excellent to each other, and party on.